So in today's video, I will be unboxing another foldable phone by Samsung, which is the Galaxy Z Fold 3 5G. Honestly, not a fan of the whole Z thing. I think it should just be called Galaxy Fold 3. I don't really know why the Z is there, but regardless, I am coming from the Flip series, and this is a great phone, but the only thing I really don't like is the battery life. The battery life on this is atrocious, honestly, but let's just go ahead and get this unboxed and see how much more I like this compared to the Flip, or if I like the Flip more, because I've done way too much talking. So similar to the Z Flip 3, this was printed in Mexico, and then the product itself was made in Vietnam. So shout out to the people in Mexico and Vietnam for making this possible, and the engineers as well. So compared to the Z Flip, I will say that the box is much larger, like substantially. Like this is two boxes side by side. But oops, I'm not doing this right. All right, here we go. And voila. The Z Flip, or God, these names are so confusing. The Z Fold 3. This is a huge device. It's surprisingly really light as well. I was not expecting it to be that light. But let's see what else is in this box. So probably just paperwork and the charging cable. Whatever. It's the charging cable is what I'm trying to say, okay? It's been a long day. Anyway, yes, this is the paperwork that you get inside the box, as well as the USB-C charging cable, but $2,000, and this is no power brick, so I guess we're just trying to save the planet. Also, once again, my credit card company was like, whoa, what are you trying to do? And I was like, I'm trying to buy a product, and they're like, $2,000? Can you please approve this, that it's not fraud? And I'm like, okay, it's me. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look around this device, but first, so I can't smell anything through the plastic, so that can be a good or bad sign. Let's see, let me give it another smell. Yeah. It smells like the Flip 3, where it's like it's like I'm walking through the mall and it's really expensive stores that I can't afford. That's what it smells like on the inside. But for those of you who have not seen the pre-existing Fold devices, one of the cool things that you can do is you can use the screen like this, like a traditional smartphone where it's just simple portrait mode, but you do have the ability, since it's in this form factor, to open it up like a book and boom, you have a tablet. So I think that's something that's very novel about this device. Similar to the Microsoft Duo, I feel like this might be a little bit better implementation, whereas the Microsoft Duo is more of a, I don't know, it seems more like a productivity focused device first. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this through the setup process, and then once I'm in the phone, we can go through our traditional smartphone process. So first off, I want to run through the specs real quick, probably just highlight the real important ones. So this does come in 3 colors, and the one you see right now in this video is Phantom Green. I really do like how on the Fold 3, this is a matte finish, unlike the Flip 3 where it's a glass finish. So you're not going to get a lot of fingerprints right here, and then on the other side, it's your other screen. So you're not really going to be dealing with fingerprints at all on this, unless you use this screen most of the time and you have it off. Highlighting a little bit more about the phone itself. So the single screen on the front is a 6.2 inch screen, and it's 7.6 inches when it's fully opened up, as it is right now. It's about 271 grams. So for us American folks, I'll have the conversion somewhere on the screen. Moving on to the main screen, which is the one you see in front of you, it's 7.6. It's a QXGA Plus Dynamic AMOLED 2X. I have no idea what all those letters mean, but in essence, it's an AMOLED display, dynamic. It's probably just very rich in the colors. 2 times, I'm assuming, because there's 2 panels. Moving down the page as well, we have a 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate, which is really nice. And another huge thing is the under display camera, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. The cover screen, it's a 6.2 HD plus dynamic AMOLED display, pretty standard from what we've seen on regular smartphones. The cover screen as well is 120 hertz. So moving on to the cover camera, it's a 10 megapixel selfie camera. The front camera, it's a 4 megapixel under the display, so it's probably gonna be a little bit worse, but we're gonna see what it's like when it comes to the actual testing. The rear cameras, that's probably the ones you're going to use the most. So it's a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel wide angle, and then a 12 megapixel telephoto. So still pretty standard on what we've seen from the regular S series. So moving on, we have some intelligent features that look pretty common from like the last 3 years of smartphones. Now let's go to YouTube and see how the speakers sound with a device this big. What country do I want to go to? Okay, Manchester City. Sorry, I'm making this face because I had no idea this video was 4K HDR. And let me tell you, the HDR is looking beautiful. The speakers are substantially better than the Flip 3. Like, it's not even close. This sounds amazing, and I feel like I can watch a lot of content on here. And of course, YouTube crashes once again. So let me open it back up real quick and show you guys just a normal video with people talking. In review of the Galaxy Z Flip 3, but I'm a foreigner in the tech space. And like most foreigners, they're late to pretty much everything. If you tell them a party starts at 6, they're gonna show up at 9 because that's when the party really starts. But with that introduction out the way, let's... It's not as clear as I thought it would be when it comes to hearing voices. It's a little bit distorted, but it's okay. I would probably put it like 3 notches below max and it should be pretty good. But one thing I wanna show you guys as well, that was highlighted in the specs, is this right here. You can't see it. This right here, you'll see it pretty easy on camera, but it's the under display camera. So there's like pixels that highlight over the actual camera unit over here, and you'll see it like flashing a little bit on camera. It's not like that in person. I don't know. I feel like my brain is like filling in the gaps because I can't really see it that well. But if it's like a white paper, not white paper, if it's like a white screen like I was on the Google Play Store when I first opened it up, let me show you guys. It's pretty noticeable right here. But my brain pretty much just fills in the gaps. And I don't really notice it that much. If I intentionally try to look for it, I'll see it, but I'm not really noticing it at all. But now let's go to the camera and see how the camera is like. Are these the only 2 modes I can do? Capture view? Do I have to go like this? Where are the other modes? Bro, I'm not this dumb. How do I get to the other modes? So I have to use portrait mode using this front-facing camera right here because the one under the display, I guess, is too bad to do so. So let's go ahead and do a portrait photo. And let's do a regular photo just to compare what it's like. Now, I guess we can take a photo with the back camera. Wow, now that's a pretty good camera right there. I'll probably show you guys shots of when I go outside and take a walk, but from what I'm seeing so far, it looks pretty good. Okay, so now I can open this up and look at the photos a little bit better. This photo looks pretty trash. For a phone this expensive, this photo looks pretty bad. I think most people are going to be satisfied with this, but to be honest, at this price point, this is a pretty disappointing photo. This is the portrait mode. This is also pretty disappointing as well. And this one, the under display, is a complete joke. This is a joke. This looks horrible. It's okay. I don't want to give it that bad of a rating, but for a phone this expensive, this looks pretty bad. That's all I can say. It's like a solid 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. But I can definitely feel a little bit of heat coming out of the device right here. The other side where the screen is, it's actually pretty cool to the touch. So I'm guessing most of the, I guess, internals, the processor and stuff are on this side of the device. What else do I usually do on a phone? I can't remember. I want to put my SIM card in, but not really sure. Also, why is Facebook preloaded on this device? At all. I know Facebook is commonly used by, you know, over a billion people, but pre-install on my device and there's an update. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man.
Hi.
Hi. So another thing I want to mention is how smooth it is to close and open the device. I will say you do get used to flipping this, and this does feel like it's a lot easier to flip open than it was than the first day I used it. This one feels like it's almost like a luxurious type of opening of the device. Like it has complete control of how fast and how slow it wants it to be. It's a really nice hinge, I've got to say. I've never used the older ones, but this is a really, really nice hinge. So I will say, just like the lock screen itself, when it's open, looks amazing. And I have the dynamic one where I think it's just landscapes. It's so much better than the Flip 3. It's beautiful. I wish I could go to every single one of these places that it's showing me. But yeah, this is my unboxing of the Galaxy Fold 3. Let me know what you guys think of it. This is a device that is probably for a very, very, very small group of people. And I forgot to mention the actual, I guess, line in the middle here. Say what you want to say, Bixby. Psych. Anyway, I forgot about what I was saying. Oh yeah, this middle indent here, it's sort of like the Flip 3 where you really don't feel it. And I don't even notice it that well, maybe because it's the wallpaper that Samsung preloaded onto the device. And I also want to mention that if you go into the settings here and you go to wallpapers and you click my wallpapers, all the default wallpapers are black. I do find that very interesting. So Samsung, it would be nice if we'd have some, you know, a background of, you know, white or some type of lighter shade rather than just having a straight black, what's it called? Lock screen. Oh yeah, the indent. So yeah, you're not really gonna notice the indent that much at all unless you're intentionally looking for it, kind of like the under display camera, because yeah, you're really not gonna notice it unless you're looking for it. With that being said, it seems like a pretty good device overall. It seems much more solid than the Flip 3. The Flip 3 for sure doesn't feel like a $1,000 phone in my opinion. This one definitely feels, whatever the price is, it feels good is what I can say. But I'm gonna use this device for a week or two and let you guys know my final thoughts on it. Probably shouldn't pick it up unless you're like an enthusiast or you just want to be different, I would say, because I don't think this is a real, I mean, it's a real device, but I don't think a lot of people should be daily driving this. But with all that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed my unboxing of the Galaxy Fold 3. Let me know what you guys think of this device, whether it's cool, whether it's not, you know, ready for the mainstream yet. I still don't think it's there yet. I think we're getting there with each iteration. But yeah, that's the unboxing of the Galaxy Fold 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my SIM card in here and see what it's actually like to use this day to day. So I appreciate every sub, like, and comment, and as always, guys, much love. And trust me, this is a very interesting device. It's a very interesting device. All right, I'm gonna go take some pictures. Ow, my foot!